Okay, guys, we're live here. So I'm gonna start the webinar making a brief introduction about myself. Okay, my name is Ivan. 14 years ago, I went to study abroad to the States. I was a competitive gamer. Okay, especially in what is now FC 25, what was before FIFA. But yeah, the collegiate scene didn't exist, and for me, gaming or like doing competitive gaming wasn't viewed as a tool to like 9 to 5 is my studies. So like I went with tennis, which was my other sport, and well, yeah, I had the opportunity when I was 16. I got approached by an agent, and then I did the process. And 18, I went to study abroad. I did that for 4 years, studied business administration. Okay. And when I came back home to Spain, because I'm based in Spain, Barcelona, um, I started to work in a sports agency. Okay. That guided and connected traditional athletes in tennis, uh, football, okay, golf, swimming, you name it, the the traditional sports in the collegiate scene. And I did that for a, a bit over 5 years. Okay, like all the creation events, like talking to families, the admissions visa process, and then when I saw the collegiate scene was gaining more traction, I decided to study sportion. And currently, well, we've been 4 years sending students to US and Canadian universities, and currently we work in 12 different countries and in 8 different video games. So yeah, we cover quite a bit. In the team, okay, it's grown since I started it. We have Hody in North Carolina. Okay, he's in charge of having all the calls in English and doing the partnerships. Then I do the calls in Spanish and oversee a bit of everything. And then we have Leandro from Argentina, Amazon from Peru, but he's in Valencia, and Christina, which she's in Canada. Okay, so that's a bit about us. Okay, I'm gonna share a slide. Okay, so today we're going to talk about like how to stand out from collegiate esport coaches. Okay, I, I'm gonna cover a few key traits. Okay, that are going to be especially focused in like what I'm trying to communicate here is like skill only is not the most important thing when you are getting recruited. Okay, like when we jump on a call with the esport director, okay, then the process of doing the tryouts, that is something that we're going to cover and it's super important. And also, guys, meanwhile I'm talking, if you guys want to leave some comments, okay, it will be amazing so we can engage a bit more and I can answer the questions. Okay, because like when you leave questions, I respond them, and maybe it's things that I didn't have planned for this call, but like get us like hit as much of my value as you can. Okay, in this record in this webinar. So yeah, let's continue. So as I mentioned, we work with students from 12 different countries in different video games. When we started 4 years ago, we were in Spain, but now we are partnered with Keystone, and I'm we cover all European countries, and we're also in Latin America, and we've worked with domestic students in the US too. The collegiate scene, believe it or not, it's quite new. It's like 12 years, and even like finding the right program that fits the budget that I can invest, what you want to study, that the program has the like if you are competing at the level that you want to compete in is not that easy. But thanks to all the partnerships we built in the 4 years, we connect our students with the right universities, and we prepare them, okay, so they stand out when they're having the call with the coaches. Okay, so like the chances of getting recruited are way higher because, as I mentioned before, like all your VODs, your tracker, your if you have a Wikipedia, depending on your level is great, but the coaches are also looking at how are you as an individual. Okay, what are your strengths, what are weaknesses? This we cover everything. So we do weekly calls with our students. Okay, and we prepare them for the calls with esports directors. But yeah, it's very important to know yourself in the 360 and make sure that you make the coaches know how you're as a person. So because here's the thing, like they want to see how you can add value to a program, because they're giving you scholarship money. Okay, like on average our students receive an average of $30,000 between academic and esports scholarship. So some more, some less, but that's our average. So it's big numbers. So we need to prepare our students, so they're super prepared with also the right questions to ask them in the call. Because what's also going to make you stand out is not going to a call, not knowing what to say, just looking at the webpage a bit, and stuff like that doesn't work. Like if you are going to make the coach pull out a presentation, okay, so they can talk about their program and just do a 15-minute talk about the program, you're about to start. Okay, you need to start the conversation introducing yourself, okay, having the right questions, both involving the academics, like information about the degree you want to study, okay, the day-to-day schedule between class, practice, and competition, how many LAN events you go every year, okay, and in the esports program side, like I don't know, questions like, am I going to have my own personal station? Am I going to have to share it? What is the practice schedule? What if we go to a LAN event? Do you communicate with the coaches? No. Also with prize pools, super important sometimes. When we win a college tournament or a pro tournament, are you keeping the prize pool? Is the prize pool divided between the players? How much of the prize pool do I have to give you? So all that we negotiate with the coaches, and it's things that you don't think about, but we've been there, done that. So it's super important, that we cover everything. So when you go and study abroad in the US, there's basically no surprises. Okay. Until here, do you guys have any questions? As I mentioned, you can leave them in the chat. Okay. So we make this more engaging, and it's not me talking, to my laptop and sharing a screen, but it's all good. Okay. So, well, I covered this. Okay. And I'm going to repeat it again. Skill is not the most important thing. Okay. Hey, Mash. Skill is not an important thing. Like, the coaches are going to recruit you for 4 years. Okay. If you're doing a bachelor's degree, and if you're doing like a master's degree, 1 or up to 2 years. Okay. So they want to see, like, also, like, yes, your skill is very important, but like how they can develop you as a player in the upcoming years. And we've seen and we've experienced, players with a lower competitive experience and skill level get higher scholarships, okay, because of their attitude, okay, and basically having a good feeling with the coach and asking the right questions, and the coach being like, okay, like, you fit, the philosophy of the program, you fit, with our students, like, yeah, let's go. So skill not always will give you like the higher scholarship. Okay, of course, if it's like a tier 1 player, okay, skill is important, but like if we're talking like on average, okay, skill is not the most important thing. Okay. Also, I mentioned skill in terms of esports, competitive gaming, but okay, if you have skills in social media, content creation, okay, you may have skills in event management, okay, as a coach, as an analyst, all this are skills that an esports program pays for. Okay, so even if you have an esports scholarship to represent the team, okay, but you create content, universities will give you extra scholarship to create content with them. Okay, if you have experience in recruitment, if you have experience in event management, all this, okay, are skills that that, that can get you a job. Okay, usually students get maximum of 20 hours a week of as a job, but like it's super key, that we outline all your skills. So when we represent you, okay, we can get as much scholarship as possible. At at the end of the day, like scholarship is very important for students, but also, like knowing where to get the scholarship from. Because like for international students, some universities give student international scholarships, but most the scholarships come from like academics or esports, and also all the job opportunities that we can get you on campus. And that's by outlining your skills to the coaches, and building a CV that we also build for our students. Okay. Hey, Anna. Any questions until here? I see we have a large audience, but no questions. Okay. I'm just going to continue. Okay. No pressure with the questions. Okay. So what directors say about us, okay, like the Fisher colleges, the UCIs, the Ball State, okay, and Northwood, like so on, like we're partnered with the top 25 esports programs, okay. What they basically say, like on the back end, because usually like once the esports director is interested, we create a Discord group and we arrange a date and time, so the student can talk with the esports director, but one of us is always present there. Okay, if there's any questions that we think that you forgot to answer, we ask them. Okay, especially the others are very impressed with us by the simple thing is not what I just mentioned, but also because students ask questions as like, okay, what are the internship opportunities? Like what companies is the university connected with? Okay, is an internship required for me to graduate? Because if it's not required, okay, like nowadays, to be completely honest, we have like an abundance of information. You want to learn anything, you can learn it on YouTube or anything. Like the added value is like the professors the university has, okay, the experience they make you live, okay, the internship opportunities, okay, and after graduation in your degree, what's the average starting salary? Okay, what companies can I I potentially go to? Okay, all these things, okay, is super important just to measure the ROI. Like you're investing money into your education, okay, for 4 years or 1 year or 2 years, okay, and you don't want to see like how long it takes, to once you start working, okay, like to basically like have that get that return on investment. Okay, so it's very important to ask these questions, and like the esports directors are really impressed when our students ask this kind of questions, because it's also like a definitive um, like a definitive statement decision when a student decides for a university. Like yes, that having a great esport program is super important. Okay, also like academics, because at the end of the day, like you're a student first. Okay, and your competitive talent is used as a skill to finance your study, partially or fully. Okay, but at the end of the day, well, some of our students have continued to go pro after they graduated, but most likely the students graduate from the degree and then enter the workforce with the degree that they study. Okay, so they want to really know, like when they graduate, are they going to graduate just with a diploma, a piece of paper, or are they going to graduate, like having done internships and having like secured a job after graduation? Okay, so also us making our students ask these kind of questions have made more than one university talk to their administration and making internships a requirement, because like the universities in the calls we're having with students, we're losing, students because they said, yeah, I mean, internship is not required and stuff, but like, so yeah, just having the right guidance is super important, and esports directors, I mean, love how we prepare our students. Okay. Well, now we're gonna cover, okay, the information that the general information that we usually ask our students to showcase. Okay, it's so important, not just to send, like what this is his GPA, this is his tracker, this is like his average budget, like no, like the information has to be very clear, okay, and outlined. Okay, so we're gonna go over that, guys. From the previous slides, any questions? Everything clear? Yeah. Anna says nothing for now. Okay, let's continue. Okay, so VODs, okay, recordings. As simple as get, on your Google Drive, have a folder of VODs, okay? Like it's never like too many VODs, okay? Full gameplays, okay? Best plays, okay? But especially like coaches, what they're most interested in is like the full gameplays, like how you communicate, well, depending on the video game that you compete in, but if it's a team game, okay, is like how do you communicate with your team, okay? How did you handle the pressure in X or Y situation? So this is something that the coaches from the video game that you represent really fixate in. Okay, so like the more VODs you have, okay, well, the better chances of them having a full picture. Okay, because let's be honest, for domestic students it's not a problem, but sometimes for international students, especially like in Europe, like for the ping, like sometimes they're doing a tryout, and esports directors, head coaches, like actually know and understand that the connection, the ping is not that great. So like you don't do like your full performance. So that's why it's important, like to have like VODs, like full gameplays for them to really see like how you played before. But yeah, the tryouts, even if you're from Europe or from another continent, are required most of the time. And yeah, for those that lag a bit, like it's the coaches and the directors totally understand it. So don't worry about that. Okay, super important, referrals. Okay, referrals from past coaches that you had if you're a player. Okay, just a brief document and with the contact information of the coach. Okay, esports directors or the head coaches or assistant coaches from that collegiate esports program may want, if you're not a super well-known player or coach, okay, may want to reach out to the coaches that you had, okay, to see, because one thing at the end of the day, one thing is how we prepare you and what you say, but they also want to hear like the information from another resource. Okay, so having like at least 1-2 referrals, okay, not more, because if you have 5 referrals of coaches, they're just gonna call, or email 1 or 2. Also, the teachers, okay. If you have teachers, if you're doing a bachelor's degree, and if you have a teacher from your high school, preferably your favorite teacher, okay, yeah, it's going to be, well, Alexander Anderson. Can referrals from former teammates also be good? Yes. They're super useful, okay, especially in the competitive side, okay. They're super useful because apart from contacting their coaches, they might also contact their teammates. It's not like the most important, because like having referrals from teammates can, I mean, you're gonna give a referral from a teammate, that really gets along with you, but mostly they like the higher ups, the people that have a more like impartial, like an impartial explanation about you. I don't know if I said it right, but okay. Yeah. Also, teachers, as I said, and supervisors. If you had any, I don't know, volunteering work, okay, if you've done any internships or any part-time job that you had in high school, okay, all this stuff, okay, just put it down. The more like if you have three columns: coaches, teachers, and supervisors, and like 1-2 referrals, okay, it really stands out, okay. For especially in your university application and for the esports director. So I completely recommend that. Hope I answered it, Alex and Anna. Let's see. Sorry, I have family fear, but wanted to comment and add my like. I'm glad that it's everything going great. Okay, thanks, Anna. Okay, then your CV. Okay, like we kind of covered it. Okay, but yeah, if especially for coaches, if you're a coach, like a CV is totally, it's not required, but we require it. Okay, especially like like in what teams you coached or under who you coach, like, or like what courses have you done. That is super important. Like your experience is super important, and because like if you have links to prove, like a Wikipedia link or other links to prove like your experience, amazing. But putting it organized in a CV is super important too. Okay. Okay. GPA. Okay, which is your average grade for those international students that are not aware of the American grading system. Okay. Um, we've had occasions. Okay, and on average, okay, universities give more academic scholarship than esports scholarship on average. We do have those top programs, okay, that give full rights only in esports scholarship, okay, like here my friend Alexander Anderson that worked with us. He got one of those special ones, and but yeah, for like but for like the what was I gonna say? So in terms of GPA, like esports programs, okay, are required to have like a minimum average grade. Okay, so let's say that you are not the best player. I mean, you won't make varsity. Okay, the first 1 or 2 years. Okay. Oh, look at Alexa Hart. So let's say you won't make varsity your first or second year. Okay, and you do it the JV team, which is like a development team. Okay, having a high GPA, like the the directors will give you some extra scholarship sometimes, okay, just because you have a super high GPA and you're pumping the average of the program. And university administrators, okay, if they see that the students in the esports program, the average is is medium high, okay, they're going to continue to pump budget to the esports program. Okay, so also super important to have the highest GPA possible. So focus a lot on high school, or if you're transferring from one university to another, focus on those crucial first, second university years. Okay, because first of all, you might have chances to get a higher academic scholarship than esports. And if you won't make it the first year in the varsity team, at least you're in the JV, okay? But you will get some extra scholarship from that as well, okay? Let's see, any other questions? Not for now. Guys, come on, engage. Like, we're 60 on this call, and Oliana and Alex are... My apologies. My apologies. I came out of the stream. Okay. let's get into CV. Okay. Um, GPA. Okay. So from this, okay, like I wanted to also share. I'm gonna share some of. I haven't asked Sino. He's like a lead coach we're working with. I hope he doesn't mind. But I wanted to share, like how can, usually like how would it look for a coach, like the documents that he would present. Okay, so I'm gonna share screen. Okay, 1 second. So as you can see, yeah, he has the screen preps. Okay, here, all this here. Okay, then he has his CV. Okay, so, I, I I hope you let me do this and you don't kill me. Then also he has his well, it takes a bit of, but like he also has like his scouting, how he scouts. Uh, it's taking a while to it's taking a while to log out, but like you see, like he has like how good like his experience in scouting, um, like his CV, like it's super important, like how he screams, like what his experience is. I mean, uh, all this you would be like you will be surprised at how many top coaches or average coaches don't even have that prepared. They just jump in a call, have share like one or two things, and like another like student that is more prepared with lower skill level or lower coaching level that shows his 360 is gonna get the spot and probably a higher esports scholarship. Okay, but yeah. So guys, this was what I wanted to share for this week with you guys. We're 68 currently. In the webinar, guys, like please ask me questions now that you have me here about what we discussed or anything that you want me to repeat, or just ask me questions so I can give you as much value as possible. By the way, for the next 2 weeks, I'll be in events in Australia, so we won't be doing this weekly. But from the end of November onwards, weekly webinars about different topics. Okay, so it's here. Like I want to add as much value as possible. Okay, so you guys can go and talk to coaches, and we'll be covering a lot of more topics, and hopefully making the scene more prepared, especially the students. That's why I do it for students. How is the process of translating your grades into your own country GPA? Okay, well, the process of that, okay, it's when we do the admissions process. Okay, there's several companies, okay, that we work with that will do the translation and from like your language to English, okay, and the conversion, okay, like if some countries it's 1 to 20, like in France, some countries it's 1 to 10, like in Spain, so some countries it's a different grading system, okay, but we need to convert it to GPA, okay, and we work with different countries, with different platforms, and depending if you have to do translation and conversion or only conversion, we use one platform or the other. Thanks, Alex, for the support and your question. Any other questions, guys? Okay. By the way, the next webinar is going to be okay. Like the key questions, both academically, okay, uh, for the esport program, and to assure that you have an ROI, okay, from the university when you graduate, like what key questions we make our students ask the collegiate esports directors. And if you have any other topics that you would like me to talk about, okay, like just send me an email, or send us a DM on Twitter or wherever we are, okay? And I'll definitely cover that topic. As I mentioned, these next 2 weeks, I'll be in Australia, but from the 28th, which is our next webinar of November onwards, it's going to be weekly, religiously, okay? Okay, guys, I'm gonna leave you, I don't know, 20 more seconds, and if I don't receive any more questions from you guys, I'm gonna end this. 20 more seconds. Alex, any last questions that you want to ask? No? Okay, guys. Well, I guess I'll see you the 28th of November. And well, yeah, let me share something. For those people that entered through the webinar form, okay, I'm gonna leave you this link. If you guys want a call, okay, just to figure out if we can work with you and under what conditions, because it's very important. In this form, you can basically fill out your academic information, competitive information, budget, preferences, like what do you want to study, in what area in the state you want to study, okay, or what universities, or the size of the university you want to go to. All these things, okay, you can put them in the form, okay, and we'll reach out to you and have a call and see if we can work together. Okay, guys. It was a pleasure. It was a first webinar thing. Hope hope you guys got a lot of. Yeah, there you go, Alex. Sign up for his portion. It's an awesome experience. I'm on my second semester. I had so much fun. Yeah, yeah, especially in Philadelphia. I saw the cheering there. Well, okay, guys. I hope you enjoyed this first version of the webinar, and there are more to come. I'll I'll probably get more comfortable as the webinars, start proceeding. Okay, guys. Yeah, it was intense. Okay, guys. Have a great evening if you're here in Europe. Afternoon, okay, if you're in the States or wherever in the world. And well, just have a great week, and I'll see you guys the 20th of November. And feel free to reach out if you have any more questions. Okay.